you how to solve equations involving addition and subtraction. And these are one-step equations, so they aren't entirely too difficult to solve, but what I really want to stress to you is the importance of showing your steps. For example, I know when you see this problem right here, I know that you know the answer is 3. But what I want you guys to get good at is showing your steps, because as we go through this unit, the problems are going to get more difficult, and it's a really good habit to show all the steps that you're doing. So with this problem, we have two sides of the equal sign. We have this left side over here, and we have the right side. And the idea is whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. The other idea here is that you isolate the variable, meaning you get the variable by itself. So the answer is just x equals some number. Well, to do that, I've got to get rid of this plus 2 right here. In order to get the variable by itself, in order to isolate it, I've got to get rid of the plus 2. So to do that, I'm going to have to do the opposite operation to undo this. So that is going to be to subtract 2. Plus 2 minus 2 cancels out. Okay? Then over here, since I took away 2 over here, I'm going to take away 2 over here on this side. Like I said, this all cancels out, leaving me with an x on this side, and then 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. So the answer here is 3, and I know I'm right because 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. So let's try it on this problem right here. We have x minus 3, sorry it's slow, x minus 3 is equal to negative 1. So what I want to do, I'm going to isolate the x, so I've got to get rid of this minus 3. So to do that, to undo it, I'm going to add 3. Well, if I add 3 on the left, I have to add 3 on the right. All this cancels out, leaving me with x is equal to negative 1 plus 3, which is 2. And I know I'm right because 2 minus 3 equals negative 1. All right, next one we have negative 2 plus x is equal to negative 7. Again, we want to isolate the variable, so we're going to have to add 2 to each side. When I do that, this all cancels out, leaving me with x is equal to negative 7 plus 2, which is negative 5. And I know I'm right, it's a bad circle, huh? Is negative 2 plus negative 5 is equal to negative 7. Now, same thing holds true if we have decimals. We're going to have to add 2.4 to each side. But I wanted to show you this problem because I want you to remember that although there's not a decimal here with the 4, that it's the same thing as 4.0. So make sure you're lining up your decimals here. This all cancels out, leaving me with x is equal to 4.0 plus 2.4, which is 6.4. And again, I know I'm right because 6.4 minus 2.4 is equal to 4. And then again, this is also true for fractions. So you're going to have to remember your fraction rules, just like you have to remember your integer and your decimal rules. So we're going to subtract 3/4 here. That's a bad looking 3. I'm going to have to erase that, sorry. Okay, we're going to have to subtract 3/4 here from both sides. And all this cancels out, leaving us with x is equal to 2/5 minus 3/4. Well, with fractions, and I'm going to change colors just because I know it gets a little confusing, we have to have a common denominator here. So with 5 and 4, we're going to have a common denominator of 20. So 2/5 becomes 8 over 20, and 3/4 becomes 15 over 20. And so now when we subtract this, we have 8/20 minus 15/20, which is equal to negative 7 over 20. My denominator is 20. 8 minus 15 is negative 7. So the answer here is negative 7 over 20.